make another video all about why, as human beings, we sometimes have a hard time relating to one another because we all have different life experiences. We've all gone through different things. Some people have suffered more than others. And I've had a lot of experiences where I've met a lot of different people in my life and everything. And you know, for me, this is the way I look at it. I can't relate to someone who's in a wheelchair. I can't relate to somebody who was sexually abused as a kid. I can't relate to somebody, who went through incest. I can't relate to someone who was raped. Somebody who suffers from drug addiction. I can't relate to that. I can't relate to alcoholism. The list goes on and on and on and on. You know what? I can't relate to being on the streets. I've never had to live on the streets once, and thank God, I'm really blessed. And you know, it's all easy for us to judge and say, oh, you know, people on the streets are lazy and they choose that lifestyle because they don't want to work and they just want to support their drug habit. And you know what? Maybe that's true for some of those people. I don't know. But who are we to judge? Who knows what those people on the street have gone through? Maybe they got a story to tell. You don't know their upbringing. You don't know what happened to them as an adult or as a kid. We really need to just, you know, not judge. We need to basically not judge a book by its cover. I mean, this is a journal. This is my journal. You know, and you're gonna judge this book and say, oh, I wonder what's inside of here. This is just a metaphor here. All her secrets and everything, you know. People are full of secrets. People are full of stories, and some people really, they don't want to open up. So I'm just trying to say, you know, I've had a number of people this year who I recently just met, you know. Some of them have been friends for a number of different years. Some of them have been people that I just met. And, you know, I had an example in my life where I was suffering again through a lot of health challenges, which I no longer suffer from because I got cured and I'm better and I'm healed and life's gone back to normal, and I never take that for granted. I'm very thankful for that miracle that happened to me this year. But you know, when I was struggling, you know, I was really struggling, and a lot of my friends, they couldn't understand. You know, they tried to sympathize. Some of them, they're like, oh, come on, you can come out to this party, come on, you can socialize. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm sick. I need to rest. I need to be in bed. I don't feel like going out right now. I can't eat this. I'll have an allergic reaction, you know, stuff like that. And thank God I'm not suffering from it anymore, like I said. Again, I'll go into more further details on that in another video that I'm going to make. But my point being is, you know, unless you have divorced parents, for example, I have divorced parents. People whose parents stay together, you can't relate to that. Sure, you can empathize, you know, you can say, I'm sorry, you know, maybe I had this fear that my parents would get divorced growing up because my parents used to fight a lot. Or, you know, people who haven't had a father, you know, I never had an absent father. I'm really blessed. I can't relate to that. I can't understand it. One of my friends, her father went to jail. That's terrible, you know, and I try and sympathize and empathize rather, and try and put my feet in her shoes, but to be honest to God, I can't. Like, that's just human nature. People just always want to judge people, and people always want to say, oh, come on, she's just being stuck up, or no, you shouldn't do this. You're making the wrong decision. You don't know what you're doing in your life. You should stay here. Just because things aren't working out for you, you should just stay here, not bother going to another country. Well, you know what? It's really fine and dandy. I'm sorry to be blunt here, but it's fine and dandy for you to say that, you know, and because I felt judged. I don't like being judged. Nobody likes to be condemned or judged. And, you know, we should try and be loving to one another and really just say, well, maybe this person's saying this for a reason. You know, I tend to overthink a lot. And I tend to analyze people sometimes depending on the situation, but maybe they're behaving this way because they had a rough time in the country where they come from. Doesn't matter if it's first world, doesn't matter if it's the States, Canada, England, Australia, South Africa. You get where I'm coming from with this, right? Like, you can't relate to someone unless you've walked a mile in their shoes. You cannot relate to someone. You cannot understand. And I've had people be harsh with me. Oh, you know, Emily, life's not always fair, and you're just making excuses. You need to be happy for this person in your family, or you need to be making it work. You need to make this work. Well, you know what? Maybe this hasn't been working in my life for a really long period of time. Maybe this family situation, maybe this job situation hasn't been working out in my life for quite a while now. And considering how you just met me, or considering how you really don't know me very well, I might have shared a few personal things with you. But you really don't know me on an inside-out basis the way a lot of other people do. that are close to me in my life is not in your position to say, oh, just do this. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't go and find this other job. You should just do this. Just trust me. Trust me, you should stay here. Well, it's fine and dandy, you know what? Like, it's fine and dandy. Like, for example, saying to somebody that's, I'm trying to think of an example. Somebody that maybe they had a really hard time, let's say they want to leave the country where they come from. Maybe they had a really bad experience in Australia. This is just an example. Maybe they had really bad memories there. They had family problems, financial problems, whatever it may be. They really suffered in their life. And maybe they don't dislike Australia as a country, but they've really gone through a lot there, and things just didn't work out there for the way that they wanted it to, or the way that they expected or hoped that it would turn out. So they decided to create a new life for themselves all over again in a brand new country. We're not here to judge other people. You know what? Life is what you make it. You got to really find solutions to problems. It might feel like it's one problem after another and another and another and another. There's that song by Ariana Grande, and, I really like this song by her. I think it's a really awesome song that she worked on as an artist, and it goes, I got 99 problems without you. I got 99 problems without you. And I can, totally relate to that song. I know they're talking about a guy, obviously. They're saying, I got enough problems in my life, and now that you're gone out of my life, you're not a problem here anymore. It's kind of maybe a little bit selfish, depending on the situation. But as human beings, yeah, we're all capable of being very, very selfish, because we get so wrapped up in ourselves and our own problems. And anyway, my point being is, try to put yourself in somebody's shoes before judging them. Walk a mile in somebody's shoes here. Walk a mile in my shoes. See what it's like. Walk a mile in celebrities. There, we judge them all the time. Walk a mile in Robin Williams' shoes. We don't know why he committed suicide. He was a very talented, very successful actor. And the fact that he committed suicide when he's had all that success here on Earth, it clearly didn't mean anything to him. Maybe he was happy at the time in his career, but he obviously had some very, very dark demons inside of him, and he had some really tough things that you and I don't know about, that weren't in the public eye, that we don't know about, and he was deceived, and he felt like he should just end his life, which is terrible. It's insane. Here on this earth, we all want to judge each other. We want to judge celebrities and the paparazzi. Oh, it's easy to judge them. They're rich and famous. They got everything handed to them in life. Just because you're rich and famous doesn't mean that you're happy. Lots of people know this. I know this, Just because you have $1 million in the bank, you could be the most miserable person in the world and have $100 million in the bank, and it doesn't mean anything. People want purpose in their lives. They don't just want to be there thinking, oh, I go to work every day. Sure, I love my career, but I'm still missing something. I'm still missing a purpose. So, there we go. There's my speech, I'll get into more about judging celebrities later on. It's all easy to make fun of them. Hey, I've been jealous of celebrities whose parents were famous and they got into the business because of that. I've been jealous of them. I won't lie. Sometimes I wish I could be in their shoes, but you don't know what it's like to be in their shoes. They could be the most miserable person in the world and still have a pretty, what seems like a functional family to the public eye, but really, it's just a facade. It's all just a facade. You really don't know what somebody is going on inside of someone's heart, or what they went through in their life. You just don't know, because it's like Freaky Friday, when Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, their characters switched, mother and daughter, and they really didn't understand what each other's lives were like until they switched bodies. Wouldn't that be interesting if that happened to someone in real life? And thank God it doesn't, because I imagine that'd be pretty scary having to go through that if there was such a thing as a fortune cookie thing where actual mother-daughter or whoever in life switch places. But imagine if we actually had the opportunity to go through that in life. Maybe we'd all be a whole lot more sympathetic, Maybe we'd all be more empathetic towards people. Now I know why my mom acts this way. Now I know why my friend acts this way. My brother, my sister, my aunt, my uncle. This person that I just met who I haven't known for very long, but they told me a lot of personal details. So, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have a situation where you have been too judgmental towards somebody, or someone judged you, try and make it right with that person. If you feel like they judge you all the time and they don't really know you, then you know what? If you want to distance yourself from someone, that's understandable. But let's just all try and have sympathy and try and be compassionate and just try and remember to make the world a better place, because you never know when someone's had a rough day, and just try and be a listening ear for that person. Well, thanks so much for watching, and if you want to know where I got this diary from, leave comments in the comment section below. And thanks again. I look forward to posting my next video.